The ulnar gutter splint is going to be for fractures of the fourth and or fifth metacarpals. I start out by buddy taping the fourth and fifth fingers together. I take a piece of half-inch tape or a Coban that's been laid over itself, and I'm going to buddy tape the fingers together so that I prevent them from rotating as they're splinted here. Our position is going to be 20 degrees of wrist extension and around 70 to 90 degrees of finger flexion. This is the position we're going to maintain that person in. I look at my splint, it should be 12 to 15 inches long here, and I'm going to apply it on a gutter side just like that. It's been dipped in water, dried out, and I'm going to secure it around the wrist one time. And I cut that off, and so now the patient can pinch the splint, they can hold it in place right there, and then I use that Coban to secure it. Now she can move her hands and I can work the splint so the splint extends out to the distal end of the fingers and almost to the proximal end of the elbow. I start off with 2 or 3 inch Coban or an elastic wrap, and I secure the fingers twice around the fingers, and then I'm going to spiral down to the wrist. And the reason why I want to do that long spiral is now I don't have it building up in the hand. So I go back around the wrist, up through the hand, and work proximally to secure the splint in place. Once I have it in place and I've got it secured here, I tack that down there on the Coban, and now I'm going to use the fleshy parts of my hand and mold this splint again to maintain that position. I have to work very quickly as this splint will start to set up. So I'm getting my wrist extension, finger flexion, so I can relax those fingers and have appropriate position as I go through there. If you'll notice here, I'm putting a little bit of thumb pressure into the palm as those bones sometimes migrate volarly, and by putting pressure there, it helps keep that position in place if that is a displaced fracture. If this is an angulated fracture, many times your physician will be right there working with you as you work to secure this. But you can see my nice deformed, the formation of the splint now, and I've got it formed. I can check my neurovascular status, circulation, motor function, and sensation, and then I complete. Once that splint sets up, I can come back and complete my wrap and overcover the existing splint. I like to have the entire splint covered. It protects it, and now I can instruct the patient on how they can take care of this and the things they need to do to make sure that they take care of this situation.